Chris Baker with Baker DMM, and this is our Video Digest newsletter. Topic of today's newsletter is going to be making the most of your financial consultation. And before I jump into our discussion, I want to read you a quote. Quote states, "Control your own destiny or someone else will." And that was by Jack Welch. Thought it was a nice segue into our topic. And really, that's about you taking control of your own financial destiny. And when you're getting ready to prepare to meet with your financial professional, and this could be with any financial professional, it could be an insurance agent, a tax planner, a financial planner, a daily money manager, a CPA, any person that you're meeting with, really you could take this information and apply it to that meeting. And I mean, you could even apply it really to even like a health consultation, if it's your, one of your doctor's visits. And so it really, the purpose of identifying, the three key areas to address before, during, and after your meeting is to help you make the most of your visit, to get everything on the table. And ultimately, the only reason why you care about doing this is to make the right steps and choices to help improve your bottom line or help improve your financial position, to make the most of it as you possibly can. And then if you're mirroring and keeping in mind the health standpoint, your physical health, you go to your doctor, you go to your visits to help either maintain your health or improve your health, your physical health and well-being. That's why we do these things. And hopefully these three areas that we'll talk about will help you think a little bit differently and prepare better for those meetings. So the first thing is, before you go to your meeting, you want to think things through. You want to think about, what questions can I ask my financial advisor, my tax planner, my CPA? What are my issues? What are my pain points? What are the things that I want to talk about and get on the table when I have that meeting? And before, and while you're thinking through those things, you could do research online. I mean, the internet is an incredible tool, so many resources and just so much information at your tips. You could actually do research beforehand and maybe have 2 or 3 case studies or examples or ideas that line up next to your ideas or thoughts or issues. And then you could use those as a jumping point when you actually get to the meeting. So the first thing you want to do before the meeting is plan ahead, get everything ready, get all your documents, get organized. And no matter what, so many different things in our life, we got to be organized, whether it's your career, your finances, your health, your household, whatever it is. So many things need our ability to get organized. So before the meeting, get organized, get everything lined up. The second thing is, when you get to the meeting, a lot of times people, whether it's you meeting with a financial person or a medical person, a doctor, people get nervous and they forget. They start getting in their head, and they might have a whole list of questions in their mind that they want to ask, but then when they get to the meeting, they get so caught up in the meeting and they get so flustered, they forget everything. So you're going to prepare for the meeting. Well, when you go to the meeting, make sure you print everything out. I know for me, having a physical paper copy in hand really helps. When I'm going into a meeting, having something that you can reference to, and then if you need to take a step back and go back to that document, you can tell the person that you're meeting with, hey, let me review this real quick. Let me make sure I'm getting all my questions out. And of course, we're in the 21st century now, and particularly with the younger folks, maybe you don't need to print it out, but maybe it's in your iPhone or your iPad or whatever mobile or electronic devices you use. Most of them now, you can make notes. You can make detailed notes. It might even be better than writing it down on a sheet of paper. Take that iPad with you, that iPhone with you, whatever it is. That way you can use that as your tool to open up and to reference it in case you get to the meeting. Maybe you start forgetting things. Maybe you're caught up and you're talking about all sorts of things. That way you can go back to it. But have that tool there. And then additionally, if you have more ideas or thoughts or notes that come up during the meeting, you can then either, if you got a pen and paper, you can write them on that. Or if you've got your electronic device, you can just record it directly to your device. So the second thing is, make sure that you're taking your pre-planning materials in with you to the meeting. And that way you can get all of your questions out. And when you're in that meeting, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed to bring your writing materials, your electronic devices, and don't be embarrassed about any kinds of questions that you ask. Everything is on the table. Those people that want to help you whatever financial professional it is, they need as much data as they can get from you. Just like you can't be embarrassed when you go talk about whatever health issues you have, same thing with your financial. You got to put it all on the table and just let it all go and get it all out there. The third thing and the final thing, and this is the follow-up to the appointment. So you prepared for your meeting, you went to the meeting, you got everything out, you consulted with your financial professional. Now, after the meeting, you can't just ignore it. You can't just file it away, tuck it underneath the bed or put it in a drawer and then just magically think these things are going to take care of themselves. You have to contribute to your own saving. You have to participate and really improving your financial position. Half the battle is being organized and getting the right data, and hopefully either you're doing that on your own or you're getting the right help from the right financial professional. But the other half the battle is you taking responsibility, just like in the quote that I read from Jack Welch. You have to take control of your own destiny. You have to put in the effort and the work. You have to hold yourself accountable to help improve your financial position and to really take that data that you're getting, that you should be getting from your financial professionals, to analyze that data, to make sense of it, and ultimately to make better financial decisions. So, and if that means you're talking to whatever financial professional that's serving you, again, it's your tax, your insurance, your CPA, your traditional financial advisor, a daily money manager, whoever that is, tell them that you want to be held accountable and ask them what are they going to give you at the end of whatever reporting period that you're in. Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it bi-monthly? Is it quarterly? Semi-annual, annual? Hopefully it's much more frequent nature than semi-annual or annual, particularly with things like tracking expenses and day-to-day money management. I mean, you're going to need real-time feedback. If you're not using your own app, or if you don't have access to like an online dashboard, that you can check daily, at least maybe that's something you could work on to get on a weekly basis. And then if it's a financial professional, maybe they're going to be giving you a monthly financial statement. I know with our clients, we like to give them a monthly financial statement. So we're keeping track. We're going to give them their data. We're going to present them this report. And then at the end of the month, you can analyze that and see where your money's going and check your spending habits and say, okay, well, I just spent $500, in groceries or shopping or traveling or whatever it was that you spent your money on. You say, you know what? I don't want to spend my money in those places anymore. I'm gonna make a conscious effort to adjust my spending habits. And instead of spending $500, I only want to spend $250. And the savings that I'm gonna make from not spending $500 and only $250, I'm gonna put that in a savings account. I'm gonna put that in a retirement account. I'm gonna put that in a 529 children's education account. I want to do other things with my money. And the only way you can do that is by getting the correct reporting and then reviewing and analyzing it, and then making the conscious decisions, efforts to change your habits. So, keep all this in mind. These are the ways that you're going to improve your financial life. Again, even if you're mirroring it to your physical health, doctor's visits, you can do the same thing with your physical health. So you want to plan ahead, you want to do your research, and you want to make sure that you've got all your resources lined up before the meeting. At the meeting, you want to make sure that you go back to these materials and reference them. In case you get flustered or nervous, you have everything there, and you make sure you get all of your questions out with your financial professional. And last, after the meeting, you want to make sure that you're holding your financial professional accountable and make sure that you're getting the right data that you can review to make changes in your habits and ultimately improve your financial position. So if you found this information interesting or helpful, please feel free to share it on your social media channels. This could be with your family or friends or whoever you think might benefit from viewing the information. If you ever have a question you'd like for me to answer directly in one of our newsletters, go to our website, www.bakerdmm.com. Scroll at the bottom, fill out your information, write a few sentences about your question. I'll try to answer that in one of our upcoming newsletters. And if you'd ever like to get my help personally and directly, go to our website. At the top, you'll find our phone number as well as a request an appointment button. And if you scroll to the bottom and you'd like to book a direct phone consulting session, click on the PayPal button and enter your information. And with any of these options, I'll be in touch with you in 24 to 48 hours to confirm our appointment. And until then, I will talk to you all soon.